Hello, this is Geometry Topic 5-1 on area and volume of cylinders. So first off, let's talk about our cylinders. The line that goes from the center of the circle to the outside edge is called the radius. You should know this. Now, a cylinder is basically composed of two circles and a square. The circles are our bases, so this would be the base area. And this would be the lateral area. Okay, it's the lateral face and the base give us our base area and our lateral area. And again, just to show you that this is two circles and what got wrapped around comes out to be a rectangle. So let's look at some formulas for lateral area. I'm just going to go ahead and give you the formula completely written out. So for lateral area, it's going to equal 2 pi r h. That comes from the fact that 2 pi r is the circumference of a circle, so that's going to be the long edge of this rectangle. And h would be the height of the rectangle, and you get the area of the rectangle, which will be our lateral area. For total area, you're going to start with the lateral area, and you're going to add twice the area of the base. So altogether, that's going to be 2 pi rh plus 2 pi r squared. The pi r squared being the area of a circle. And we have two circles, so that's why we need to multiply it by 2. Now for volume, well, to get the volume, we need the area of our base times the height. So that's going to break down into pi r squared h, which is just the area of the circle times the height of our cylinder. Let's go ahead and use that for example number 1. So we're going to need our radius, our height, and the area of our base. So the radius would be 3, the height would be 6, and the area of our base would be pi r squared, r being 9. So that means it's pi times 9 squared, times 3 squared, which is 9 pi. Now we're going to be leaving these in terms of pi because they want exact. So let's go ahead and figure out our lateral area. Well, our lateral area, that would be 2 times pi times 3 times 6. Well, 2 times 3 times 6 equals 36 pi. For our total area, we need our lateral plus twice the area of our base. So that means we're going to take the 36 pi plus 2 times 9 pi, which is 18. So 36 plus 18 makes 54 pi. Now for our volume, we're going to take the area of our base times our height. So 9 pi times 6. Well, 9 times 6 is 54. And then we keep the pi. Now here it's just a coincidence that the total area and the volume are the same. They're not always going to fall that way, but because the height is twice the radius, it does. Let's go ahead and have a look at example number 2. Well, they didn't give us the radius because we need our radius, our height, and the area of our base. They didn't give us the radius, they gave us this. Well, this is a right triangle, and we are trying to figure out what our radius is. Well, these two things are the same because they are both radiuses. I know it doesn't look like it, but that's because this circle is drawn as an oval to give it perspective. But this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. which is x, and x on the square root of 2. So if the hypotenuse is 3 on the square root of 2, that means that these must be 3. So my radius is 3. My height is easy enough. It's 5, and the area of my base would be 3 squared times pi, which is 9 pi. So for our lateral area, we need 2 pi r h. So 2 times 3 times 5 is 30 pi. For our total, we're going to start with a 30 pi plus twice 9 pi. So 2 times 9 is 18, and 30 plus 18 gives us a 48 pi. For our volume, we need our area of our base, which is 9 pi times our height of 5, and 9 times 5 is 45 pi. And so that is example number 2. Take a look at example number 3. If this is 4, we need to figure out what our area of our base is. So we're looking at x square root of 2, which means I need to divide by the square root of 2. To do that, I just multiply by the square root of 2 over the square root of 2. And I get 4 over the square root of 2 over 2, which is 2 on the square root of 2. So my radius is 2 on the square root of 2. My height is 4. And the area of my base, well, that would be 2 on the square root of 2 squared times pi. Well, if I put in the calculator 2 on the square root of 2 squared, I get 8. And the reason for that is kind of simple. 2 times 2 is 4. Square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So 4 times 2 makes 8. For our lateral area, that is 2 pi r h. So that is 2 times 2 on the square root of 2 times 4 pi. So 2 times 2 times 4 makes 16 pi on the 16 on the square root of 2 pi. Now total area is going to take that 16 on the square root of 2 pi and add twice the area of my base. So that's going to be 16 on the square root of 2 pi plus 16 pi. Because I can't combine this with this due to that whole square root of 2. And now my volume is 8 pi times my height of 4. 8 times 4 makes 32 pi. And that is example number 3. Moving on to example number 4 and our last example. We're going to find the exact volume V in terms of R. So we have R and we have 3R. So my radius is R, my height is 3R, and my base would be R squared pi. So, for my volume, I need the base, which is R squared pi, times my height, times 3R. Well, that gives me 3R cubed pi. which is fairly simple. So, this shouldn't be too terribly hard. Good luck and have a good day.